Hey, today I want to take a look at the GoPro Gumby mount. Is this really worth the $40 price tag that it's at right now? And if you stay till the end, I will teach you how to make your own for under $10. Gah! Oh, shit, it just drove through my table. All right. It comes with, of course, not the GoPro, but everything else below the GoPro, it comes with it, plus 2 additional of these night ice cable ties. These are around 16 inches. However, because these are third-party manufactured, you can buy these in different types of color for like 10 bucks or so. And you can even get longer versions as well. What it does come with is this top quick release. And this is a little bit extended. However, if you do plan on getting the Gumby mount, I would highly recommend you getting one of these flexible ball head. I think this is around $20. Highly worth it because it does give you a little bit more flexibility once it's mounted to slightly adjust your angle. From here, it's just your standard GoPro plate. However, what lies beneath the engineering is that you can turn, and now this is where you can release the cable and change it out. I think this is a pretty well thought out design, to be honest with you. However, $40 for this is quite expensive, and it's not something that I would recommend easily. The good news is, once you tie this against a tree or something like that, you have a little bit of flexibility to change the angle of your GoPro. So say you're shooting horizontal right now, you want to shoot vertical, all you need to do is twist it. Boom. Now you're good to go. You can now shoot vertical versus horizontal. For the sake of demonstration, I'm just going to mount it onto this. The Gumby mount is really well thought out because you can actually use this for all types of purposes, especially when we want to do it like a time lapse. You can just put this on a handrail and just do a time lapse, or even night lapse, for example. And this is very secure. It's not going anywhere. It does have a rubber side backing here to increase the grip at the back of the camera so it won't slide around as much. So this whole thing is quite solid. But let's talk a little bit about expectations versus reality. After using this in Hawaii for about 5 days, the Gumby mount is a great product. It's also a unique product. However, I think it's overpriced. And this is something that can easily be copied or DIY. I'd rather you guys spend the money on this little ball joint. So initial expectation when I was looking at the advertisement is that I really was thinking I can use this for scuba diving. Essentially, what I wanted to do is to have some sort of like handhold cage that allows me to use 2 hands. So I was hoping I can kind of use it as like a rig. The reality is that these night ice cable ties are too flexible. It's just going to cause a lot of vibrations overall. And the other way, I was thinking about using it as a wrist mount. Like, you can tie this to your wrist. However, in order for it to stay, you will have to tie it on your wrist quite tightly and kind of cuts off your blood circulation. So overall, is not very comfortable. For short-term use, a couple minutes here and there, I think this will definitely work. I was hoping this would be the replacement for a Joby tripod. The idea is that I might need longer cable ties, but you just twist them together, right? You twist them together, and then you have yourself kind of like a Joby style selfie stick. But as you can see here, this thing is flexible AF. Especially if you're doing walking shots, you'll actually see a lot of vibrations and bounces because this thing is so flexible. It can make it work if you hold it a little bit higher, but at that point you might as well just hold on to the GoPro because you're holding it so high up. And then the fourth way I was hoping I can use this for is basically a makeshift tripod. Same as the kind of monopod idea or a selfie stick idea, is too flexible. And it takes so long for you to get all the angles right. With the weight of the media mod on there, even sort of like just collapses slowly. If you want something that's versatile, I would say stay away from this because I would recommend a Joby tripod. The Joby tripod, yeah, is tried and true. It just works. It still wraps around poles and things like that, and you can quickly deploy it, straighten the legs, and use it as a selfie stick. If you need to use it as a tripod, it serves as a tripod. In a way, I feel like this is a very dedicated mount instead of a versatile mount. So today, I'm gonna teach you how to make your own for under $10. First thing you need is like a standard stock helmet mount. Now, I have plenty of these knockoff versions laying around, so I'll just be using this. But if you don't, just use the genuine GoPro version. These are cheap, just buy a bunch of them. why not? Next thing is you need these night ice tie cables. Home Depot sells these, or you can go on Amazon. Come in different colors. I am probably gonna pick up a set of the fluorescent yellow ones just because I like them. It's bright. You need like 4 zip ties, and that's pretty much all you need. And if you don't have a drill, I can't help you, bro. Just get a hand drill, buy a drill. Holes that you're gonna be drilling is pretty much only gonna be here, at the 4 corners. The main thing I want to do is to be able to drill through this front part right here. And then what we're gonna do is once we drill, I'm gonna put the zip ties through it. So your drill bit needs to be as wide as the zip tie. So first we are gonna take the plate off, and then we're gonna drill it. Looking good, hole number 1. Oh, shit, it's drilled through my table. 1, 2, 3, 4 is done. So the next thing is we're gonna mount this on here. Okay, and then now drill through it. Okay, once we drill through it, the zip tie is also gonna go through the top. This also means that you're going to lose the quick release function on this. 2 holes, 1, 2. The next step is the easy part. All we need to do is to put the cable ties through it. I'll recommend doing it from the top, so you can see, boom, through the hole. And just pull it through. And the idea is you have the knot up top, so you're not obstructing the cable tie function. You want the bottom to be as flat as possible, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some sort of like grippy material here. And that's it. So now we are going to tie night ice on here. Best is if you go ahead and make sure this is, you know, around the shape, so both sides are even. And then when you tie it, you're gonna tie it to the side. The reason why we want to tie it to the side of the mount is so that we have as much contact surface as we can with whatever you're wrapping this around. And you're just going to tie it up. And I like to keep things neat, so I want the zip tie piece pretty much flush facing top. And don't over tighten just yet, because you want to do the second one and you want to make some final adjustments. We are almost there. We're just going to do some final adjustments. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that these are parallel. As you can see, this is kind of shifted to the right. So what we need to do is shift it to the left a little bit, back to the center, so everything is even Steven. Once you are ready, then you tighten it. All right, guys, that's it. You have just successfully created your own Gumby mount. I found this somewhere. I think this is off of like a computer mount or something. This is a rubbery surface with a 3M backing, so this is perfect. I'm gonna stick it onto the back right here. Just like that. Boom. Perfect. And now we have our own perfect Gumby mount. Woohoo! All right, so this is the end of the video. Are you gonna make your own, or are you going to just buy the original Gumby mount? Let me know in the comments below. Please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.